Okay, we're pretty much now on our way to African Beer Emporium. It's a new restaurant that we're opening up in town. It's not open yet, but once a month we do like a teaser event. So we open up for a Saturday. We just have food, we have some beers. Like we actually, this week's actually awesome because we just got all our beers from Kenya. So we're gonna have today, we're gonna have some Tusker. We even got Tusker Light, we got White Cap. It's gonna be awesome.
Neil, N-I-E-L. I'm part of the African Beer Emporium crew. Pretty much run the kitchen, or in charge of the kitchen.
Hello, my name is Willem van der Schuyf. Welcome to African Beer Emporium.
2013, a good friend of ours, Johan, who's our fourth business partner, joined up with us, and the idea was to start a craft beer hall in Pretoria.
Us coming from an eventing background, it's been extremely fun, you know, coming from a musical, promoting concerts and stuff, and moving into the restaurant industry.
For me personally, I've been working on the beer fest. Well, I was working on all the beer fests for years. And then we decided to start our own beer festival in Pretoria called Capital Craft. And then it was just such a great success. Like, let's say years ago, me, Henk and Willie, they used to have a house called Hot Box Studios. So we used to do parties there. And then that eventually got closed down. And then for years we were like, no, one day we must get a venue again, one day. And after the beer fest, we were just like, psh, like let's just open a restaurant with the beer fest and make it like an everyday beer fest.
Hey guys, we've got our main man Wesley here, taking a food order, possibly some drinks. So we're quickly just gonna follow the whole process of what goes down. Wesley, what's going down here?
Everything is going down.
Okay.
People are happy and
Okay.
So when you, I think I'm gonna organize them to give me the shoes, then I'll give them 3 packs.
Try on Tuesdays to invite brewers to come talk to the waiters about the specific beers that's on offer. When you start working here, you're expected to write at least 2 tests and to at least score 80% on it. That's about the procedure that we're going through, and it's very important for the waiter to be able to explain to the customer exactly what they would possibly like. Maybe the story about the beer or the brewery, and just advise on according to what they like, what they would like to drink. Yeah, so let's take a walk quickly through. We should catch Wesley.
The best part of Capital Craft is, I think, when people come to the restaurant, they immediately pick up on the vibe. They can check the staff's happy and everyone's got a vibe. And so that's cool. That's what we always wanted. We said if we're going to do a restaurant, it must be a family. You know, we have to like pay people good. We have to respect people, and you know, it needs to be like a team. You know.
It's quite a lengthy process and quite a, you know, we put a lot of effort into that, making sure that, you know, you as a customer can be educated as well and enjoy the best possible beer for your tongue and palate.
Obviously, being introduced to the whole market, we saw opportunities arise, and City Property came to us 2014, I think, and showed us this wonderful spot. Back then it was empty space. It used to be a chop shop and a cardboard recycling area.
I want to show you quickly just the space, some of the features. With this space, we decided we want to incorporate artists. We want to make the place look really nice. So for that reason, we decided that instead of doing our own decorations, we want to work with artists who are actually established, who have made a name for themselves. So far, we've got a few pieces up, but this is only the start. So first up, we've got our big mural, crocodile, devil, snake pit, fantasy dream. It was done by an illustrator called Bianca Brandt. Yeah, I think we just like it a lot because it mixes in with the colors of the logo. And I think the crocodile theme is something that we never planned on, but it seems like it's somehow the symbolism found us.
Because we are young visionaries, we could see a potential business concept take off here. And I think we all also have Pretoria in our hearts. So for us, this is a great opportunity to get involved.
We always, every year, we'd be like, guys, we need to open a venue, we need to open a venue. And we never really, then we realized just we don't really have any money. So then we're like, okay, well, let's just start saving all our money, you know. And so we were obviously fortunate enough, like I was able to move back to my parents' house to save money on rent, which helped a lot. So we were just saving our money, and then after 2-3 years, I approached them again and said, guys, like, let's start a beer fest.
We can easily get craft beer from South Africa and beer from the world, but nowhere in restaurants in South Africa you can get real African beer, meaning, like, you know, one of the most iconic beers is Tusker beer from Kenya. And so there another business opportunity came up and we started African Beer Importers. I think it was on a cycle trip that I did with a charity that I cycle for, and chatting to a guy, and he actually has an importing business, and one thing led to another, and here they're part of the whole group importing beer from Africa.
When we first moved in here, it looked terrible. It was an old scrapyard workshop, so you know, we could see the possibilities, but it's very hard to see the final picture. So for us, we like to move in, we like to say, okay, let's start on this point. This instance, for example, I think the bar counters and the tables were some of the first stuff that came in. Then that sort of gives you now an idea, okay, we like this look, you know, how about we try something else?
There's a lot of ideas being thrown around, this and that, and I remember Billy even saying he has an idea, but we were all chatting on the phone, or I think SMS, driving and that, and we drove to Cafe 41 and the idea came out, and we said, listen, Africa's filled with trading posts, and it's a place where different cultures come together and they mingle and they obviously sell their goods and that. So that's where sort of the idea came about to come up with the concept African Beer Emporium.
Okay, second up, I can show you, this is our logo. This is an instance where we got a pretty well-known person to do it for us. The designer's name is Piet Pinaar. So I think with him we just felt that, you know, we want something that's got an African feel, but without being like the Curio Africa kind of safari, jungle, Big Five effect. We want something that's a modern Africa.
Thinking back to the days where I had to figure out where Henk is at 11 o'clock in the morning because he's not at work, and then drive to his place, and either his car battery is flat or his phone has been lost, or I don't know, security gate just didn't want to open. You know, it's looking back at the past and seeing how we've all influenced each other in a positive way. You know, I've been the fitness freak all my life, but where these three haven't, and you know, I've rubbed off on them, and now they all have discovery apps, and they all want to share their running stories with me. And so I think, you know, as a whole, we really do rub each other up in the right way.
We're going to take you guys to the keg room now. So this is the beer vault. This is where all the magic happens or comes from. So as you can see, we've got about 30 lines running, connecting the kegs underneath the ground to running through a cooler. We keep the beer here at between 3 and 8 degrees Celsius. Here's about, let's say, 2 or 3 30-liter kegs per beer in this fridge. But then on any day, we can run through anything from 3 to 9 kegs. So it's important to have backup storage as well, where your kegs are kept cold. This is like the holy grail of Capital Craft. It's very, very privileged space to be, and we're glad you're here with us.
We're such a solid team, and we have so much fun together, and everyone's got their own strengths and weaknesses, so it just works so well. We all have our own responsibilities, and everyone does what they need to do well. You know, for instance, Henk is the more social guy, and he does all the band bookings, and he's a really likable guy. And then Willie is more like, you know, he studied law, so he's very good, you know, pushing us to do it right, having the contracts in place. He's also running all the books, and he likes that kind of thing. He's very organized with that.
This is the office space. This is the space control, where everyone's got their own desk. This is the main POS back operating system. People always think that, you know, running a restaurant or a bar is just selling beer, but the back end is actually the most difficult, and one of the most important things is the admin side. And thank God we've got Willem in the picture running that.
I look at the four of us, and I think, you know, we're one of the best teams out there. We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, but I think as a whole we really complement and balance each other out.
Like, Neil's such a hands-on guy. He knows how to build things, he knows how to fix things. He's an early morning guy, you know, he goes jogging 5 in the morning. So he pushes us, you know, he pushes us like, guys, we can't start at 10 o'clock, we need to start at 7 o'clock. So it's an awesome team, you know, it just works very well. And we all, like, you know, we all pick each other up. If someone drops a ball, someone else picks up the ball, and we just carry on moving, you know.
Kitchen! Amalia, woo!
I must say, when we opened up, we had never really had like staff or anything like that. And the thing we enjoy quite the most is we've got such an awesome team.
Where's the music? Where's the music?
Like at Capital Craft, we've got about 50 people that work there. And everyone is just so awesome, everyone is so ambitious, everyone's like on a mission. You know, without our team, we can't really do anything we do, and we just, at the moment, it's like a power team, like from the waiters to the kitchen, to the managers, to the scullers. Everyone's just like, everyone's awesome. We've got a very ambitious team, so a lot of the guys have already like started planning their own things, and soon they're going to be opening up their own businesses. So it's awesome, you know, it's like, it's a vibe.
Hey, Gift. Are you here? Let me get you quickly, okay?
We're now driving to the parking lot, and then we're going to drop off the bread, or the last bit of bread, for African Beer Emporium. And then, yeah, it's actually, the place is starting to look really nice. We're almost done.
The space is, obviously, it's very big. It's cavernous. And the problem that we had is that because it's very big and open, and you've got a lot of hard surfaces, the acoustics is really bad. So then we got one of our architect friends involved. Her name is Inge. She came up with this design for the roof. So firstly, for aesthetic purposes, it's important, but then mainly the primary function is to help to absorb the sound a bit. because we've got the open slats, it allows sound to go in, bounce around a bit, and sort of deteriorate. We've also got some styrofoam sheets at the back, which will also help. You can't see it now, but it also helps just to create a soft surface, so the sound can bounce off it and sort of lose its power. This has already made quite a big difference in terms of the acoustics of the place. So I think by the time they're done with the second row, I think it'll definitely be nah.
Awesome. Welcome to the parking lot.
Gift. Are you outside 012 Central where like a container box is? Okay, wait for me there, I'll get you there, okay? Okay, cheers.
How's it, guys? Okay, we're now at African Beer Emporium. It's not finished yet, but it's getting there. It's actually starting to look really nice. Over there we got Neil and Teresh. They've already started with the beers.
Well, there's a Park Acoustics once again. It happens last Sunday of the month. It takes place at Fort Skanskop at Voortrekker Monument. Come out, come hang out, bring a cooler box, bring a picnic blanket, and come hang out under the South African sun under umbrella acacia tree. People always come to me and ask, Neil, I hate my job. How can I do something for myself? I want to work for myself. Come back to them and I say, like, listen, I'm not going to give you that secret that I have, but the secret that I can give you is that find a problem in your area, your neighborhood, your society, figure out a solution, and from there, a business idea can come up.
It's pretty easy to get into beer. Obviously, craft beer has been booming the last 5 to 10 years. It's been growing phenomenally. Today, it's the standard to walk into a bar and be able to drink a craft beer, you know?
Myself, Willie and Henk, we're the 3 out of the 4 business partners. We started Park Acoustics about 6 years ago.
You know what, I think Park is a very special place. It's in a special location here. We've got the best views, best music. You cannot get as close to bands anywhere else than what you can here. I mean, these guys are right up here. We're looking down on them from here. It's a great vibe. And we love coming here. It's really worthwhile to come spend a Sunday here. Afterwards, there's comedy as well. So we make a day of it. It's amazing.
If we think about Park Acoustics, there was no entertainment back in the day. Well, real Sunday entertainment, and it's putting an idea on pen and paper, putting it out, discussing it, and their problem was solved.
Like in South Africa, it's very easy to be self-employed. Like we're all very lucky to be in a country where they promote entrepreneurship and they want that. So a lot of people somehow are scared to do something because they think they're going to fail. And if they fail at something, it means their one chance is gone. They failed at doing something.
My name is Dale. We are the Edwards brothers. This is my brother Ray. This is our company Awkward. This is what we make. It's all organic, handcrafted, hand cut, inspired by nature and led by God. I was walking on the beach and I'd lost one of my earpieces. I found a piece of driftwood and I looked at it and I said, dude, like, this is gonna work. And I popped it into my ear, and suddenly there wasn't like a funky smell or like anything weird or anything cool. Like, it was just only cool, and I was like, dude, this is where we need to go. I just wanted to focus on plugs. So it was like plugs and accessories. And then from there, it kind of branched off. And we decided to make earrings as well. And it's a really comfortable jewelry and a cool accessory to wear.
I'm Danica de Brain, and this is my company. I work with my mum, she's the other owner, and we're piping out pizza cones. So what we do is we make pizza cones just in another shape. We start off with real pizza dough that we form in the shape of a cone, and then we put 2 cheeses at the bottom, and then we fill it all the way from the bottom to the top with one of our fillings. Our latest filling is the babuti one, which is great because they love it. And then this is just the one with pineapple. This is our babuti one, which is the latest addition to the family. So it's just your normal Cape Malayan babuti.
We've all got that one person or that one thing that we're like, fuck you, I'm never coming back to you. Sing it along with me right now. Let's try this. I swear I'm never coming back to you.
I'm Bri Boy, and this is my partner in Bri, Boris. We got a pulled pork stand here. We sell pulled pork, smoked brie rolls, chicken wings, and it also happens to be my birthday, so around the corner we're doing a spit bride today. So we're actually the national bride team. We go and braai every year in America. What we do there is a lot of smoked food, smoked brisket, smoked pulled pork and all of that. And that's what we're introducing as the whole pulled pork thing. We used to do like 3 or 4 burries for every pulled pork. We're now doing 3 pulled porks for every brie roll. So South Africans are clearly loving it. We're loving it. We sell a hell of a lot of it. We're doing about 500-600 portions on a busy park.
On fire. On fire, huh?
Yeah, and thank you, man.
Thank you.
It's guys like you. It's guys like you that make it possible.
I'm also stealing.
Fire, fire, man.
This is like the apex of SA music. You guys. This is the hardest working band in this country.
One of the.
No, I'd say the hardest.
No, say one of them.
No, one
of the hardest.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes. For us, I think in South Africa, especially now, like we are at the best time for bands, because the bands now are not about I want to be better than that band, but they want to play as hard as that band, you know. So we would like to give a shout out to a lot of bands that are working hard, and those ones that still want to be better than the next band, we're inviting them to work as hard as other bands. It doesn't help us to have a band that is better than the next band. You know, if we can all be the best bands we can have. But Acoustics is the truth. This is why we like Acoustics. We feel like we don't need to change names. We need to change the future, you know. You know, like we're creating a new his. That's why we like Acoustics. Yeah. Thank you.